Hey everybody, Ken Coscia here, lead instructor and international train director for the Silva Method, as well as the creator and facilitator of the Silva Mastery System. And that's what I want to talk to you about. This is a short and sweet, I hope, video for you, the Silva Method graduate, meaning you have attended, you have been trained, you've gone through the paces of either the basic lecture series, as we used to call it way back, or the Silva Life and Intuition System. That is essential because this is an advanced presentation that's meant to build on that foundation. So if you are a Silva Method graduate, one of my alumni or someone else's, and you know the value, you appreciate it, you know this works, and you want to know how to make it work better, then the Mastery System is for you. If you're a Silva Method graduate and you feel that way, but it's slipped a bit and maybe you've kind of as people say, fallen off the wagon and it's been months or maybe even years, this is for you. This will help get you back on track. Master System. So listen up. And I want to tell you also why I hope you'll join me and why I believe that you'll find this to be of immense value, a great investment of your time and energy. So for example, those of you who know my story in the beginning, when I started in 1971, a lot of my training was working with graduates. In fact, I worked with the best of the best, and I was appointed the director of the Silva Graduate Organization in the metropolitan Boston area, in fact, all of New England. And it was the largest in the world, and it were the people who put Silva on the map, and I became the director for the graduate organization. So while these guys got all the accolades, I was in the trenches, so to speak, with the grads. And my whole life's experience in 1986, when Jose Silva himself asked me to join that elite staff of presenters traveling the world to do graduate work, to work with people like you. There were only 4 of us. Jose Silva, the founder, was one of them, and myself. That put me in a position where I would travel now to over 27 different nations, of being with huge groups of 1,100 to hundreds to 20 to 50, and I gathered a lot of experience. And I've become, I will say, quite masterful in identifying what holds us back. What are some of the common pitfalls that we Silva Method practitioners experience, and what can you do about it? So for example, have you ever noticed that sometimes you get results so easily, you use a technique or two, say, wow, that's pretty cool. And other times you feel like you're hitting a wall. Can you relate? Have you noticed that sometimes you get results, you make progress, and then in a short period of time, weeks, months, or maybe even years, you slip back into old patterns? Can you relate? Or how about not even using what you know works? You say, oh my God, I can't believe it, I know better. What is it about that? Human nature, that sometimes we avoid the very things that would give us the best value. Well, one reason, so I've identified some of the common pitfalls, and one reason is lack of support, lack of new knowledge, lack of new, not so much information, because let's face it, guys, what advancement really means is mastery, integrating what you know with new knowledge, new experiences in such a way that now you can do even better than you did before. There's nothing new out there. There's so many seminar junkies, and marketing people nowadays seem to be seducing too many people, falling into the trap of something new, novel, cutting edge, breakthrough. Yeah, right. Is there really anything new? A lot of age-old wisdom, repurposed, new perspective, yes, new way of looking at it, yes, and that helps. And I'm not poo-pooing it, but what I'm saying is it's not the knowledge or how much you know that makes the difference. It's what you do with what you do. And I guess one of the things I really appreciate about the Silva Method is it's about how to do it. Very little philosophy or discussion. It's about how to do it. And mastery is especially that, looking at that. So after all these years working with this, and even myself, I mean, I've gone through having to have surgeries. I've nearly gone bankrupt a few times in the past. I've had some of my trials and tribulations and, raising a family, just like you. So by applying these tools and techniques, it's like, thank God, I know what I know. I don't know how people get through life and navigate the uncertainties of life without them. So first thing we're going to do is help you to identify for you personally, not me, but you, your experience, What is your pitfalls? What are your triggers? What is it from maybe your past or your present that you need to deal with, that you need to manage it? So once you identify it, so self-awareness, the beginning of taking responsibility for ourselves, is essential. Then you want to have the knowledge and the skills, the competency to deal with it. So that's what mastery is all about. But the first step is identifying the blocks, the resistance, what's causing them, what contributes to them, and then it's the first step. Once you have that, then we can work on it. Second, how about your goals? I want to clarify your life vision. Not just goals, but creating goals that are in alignment with your life purpose. Creating goals that are in alignment with your highest values. Creating goals that get you up in the morning with joy, that get you up in the morning with enthusiasm, that get you through and helps you to tolerate the inevitable challenges and struggles that we all face in life. Nobody's free of struggle. Embrace it, guys. Honor your struggle. It's just the way it is. And I'd like to help you get through that more easily. So we're going to work on a process of clarifying that. Yes, your life vision. Yes, alignment with your goals. Then we're going to work on rewiring the nervous system. Rewiring you in such a way that you stay hopeful and optimistic. And so that you stay calm and focused even under all those challenges, even under pressure. Now, why is that important? You know what it's like. If you start losing hope, if you start losing the faith that things can be better somehow, some way, if you stop believing in yourself, or any of us stop, it adds what? The science piece is the stress levels increase and it takes over. And the complex cascading of chemical changes. And first thing to go will be the higher thinking function of the brain, and you have trouble thinking clearly. You make silly mistakes, errors. You know, things slip your mind more easily. You're not innovative, and you block your intuition and your intuitive wisdom. It's going to teach you how to activate. A lot of mastery is activating your intuition and learning how to use your intuition in fun, meaningful ways. There's a process I'll teach you that you work. And one of the benefits of being in a group, even a small group, is you're going to pair off with people and do something I call pair programming. And how you can program for each other, and in such a way that you can, for your partner, gain intuitive insights to help them develop strategies, practical know-how, how to get to where they want to go. And likewise, your partner for you. It's a simple and yet brilliant process. People love it, have so much fun. We'll do it day one and we'll do it in day two. And it's something you can take home and work with family and friends to activate your intuition in a very playful, meaningful way. Wow. We're also going to work on a mindfulness to an extent of strategies to enhance focus and to enhance the law of attention. You're also going to learn how to become more masterful with releasing stored stress. Releasing the energy due to repressed negative emotions. So hang on to your hats, don't bail yet. It's fun, it's playful, you don't need to re-experience it, you just need to identify it, recognize it, and once we do, then there are things we can do in the laboratory level, things you'll do with me to help release that. It's a beautiful process. People have told me, I've had people come back on day number 2 after doing it in the close of day 1 in tears because they had they had a breakthrough communication with one of their children whom they hadn't spoken, can you believe this, for years because of conflict. I'm also going to teach you some advanced applications of subjective communication. You know, how is it that you can enter your level and put on your screen somebody and get information that there's no way you could have known? How can you do the same thing in business to develop strategies? How can you do the same thing with a client, with a patient, with your children, with a spouse, so that you can have more positive influence? It's not about manipulation, it's about having more positive influence. How you can use this to maybe collect debts. How you can do it to be free of that nagging feeling of resentment. I mean, it's just so much to it. You're going to leave with an incredible basket of tools that will build on what you know. And that's just day number 1. In day number 2, and there's more. In day number 2, we're going to do what some call timeline work. We're going to work with the law of appreciation and gratitude, something I've been for the past few decades teaching people how you can use it. Because One of the dangers is people develop selective memory and they start hating work, they start hating their relationship, they start hating life or their job or whatever it is because of selective memory. And maybe not so much because there's a whole lot of reason to hate it or dislike it, but because of selective memory. And we're going to build on this and how to shift and how to bring out, how to relive, how to gain access more comfortably, more easily, more regularly into those moments of excellence that help us to get even more. The surest way to have more is to first appreciate what you do have. We're going to have an appreciation party, and in the pair programming, another aspect of it, I'll teach you how to use this in a way with a partner that will, in a very positive way, dramatically compound the experience. So one of the things, although remember, I'm not your doctor, I don't pretend to be, nor am I your psychologist, and I don't pretend to be a therapist. But I find that in this experience, there's a great deal of emotional clearing and healing and spiritual healing. A big part of my background, I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a focus on managerial psychology. In this nearly 5 decades experience, most of my reading, most of my research, most of my work has been in emotional intelligence and now also neuroscience. So I'm going to bring a lot of that in for you that will help you to release. So some of those nagging aches and pains in your body, some of those headaches, some of those difficulties sleeping, you're going to find will no longer be the case, will be released. Wow. Then we're going to work with the cave. Now, some of you already have some of my guided meditations, and that's great because you'll be even more prepared, and I'm going to teach you other applications. So for example, we know that our past in our present life track, or even so-called past lives, we're going to take a look at that and have some fun with some of these regression studies. Although we can't change the past, when we change how we feel about the past, when we can change our perspective, that's the key. You change your life, you change your future. And it's a simple, fun process I developed way back when Jose Silva, if you know my story, in 1986, after about 15 years experience as a Silva instructor, man, this guy, I have such a love in my heart for Jose Silva and Juan Silva and Harry McKnight, because they saw in me, they asked me to join the elite staff to travel the world. There were 4 people in the world out of hundreds and hundreds of Silva instructors. Jose Silva was one of them. To travel the world and bring this program, bring graduate activities, bring advanced training. And when they first invited me, my first response was, why me? I mean, I freaked out. And I had a few moments of angst. And I was going to be taking Harry McKnight's place because he was going into another area of expertise. And I said, oh my God, how could I ever follow in his footsteps? Can you relate? Have you been through something like that? It didn't last. But man, I just worked on it and studied and presented. And it became, I've had the pleasure of having so many wonderful standing ovations and accolades with this. Not because of me, because of you. You have this ability. I have masterfully, though, created a program and learned how to facilitate it and organize. So it's not so much what's new, but the organization of wisdom, the organization of strategies and tools in such a way that it compounds in a very positive way your experience. So we're going to work with that. Then we'll also take a look at the future and help you to revisit your future self. For example, in the same way you can look back, we've all done this, right? If I knew then what I know now, boy, things would be different. Duh, we call it wisdom. What if we could right now take a look, take the struggles we have now, the challenges, the setbacks, what we're not sure what to do. What if we could jump ahead in time, a year, 5 years, 10 years, and visit our future self who's already been through it and figured it out. Just like today, you figured out things that you were challenged by 5 years, 10 years, 20 or more years ago. Same thing. It's a way to activate your intuition. So we do this at an intuitive level to get information and ideas. I'm so proud of it. In fact, I'm thrilled about it. And I just so hope you take me up and you join me in an upcoming Mastery System live. and you'll thank me forever for that. Then we're also going to work with other aspects of tools of the pair programming. We're going to look at, build on this whole of you experience of what happens when all else seems to fail and not work. It's something that Jose taught all of us and taught me, and asked that we always bring. It's called the center into the programs, the center of the galaxy concept. I mean, need I say more? Guys, I just urge you, do something. Support yourself. It takes time, it takes effort, and it's a continuous process with that. So I look forward to being with you. I look forward to sharing this with you. So wherever this video is, whether it be on my YouTube page or in this email, wherever you find it, there's a link in the email or there's a link on the page to register for an upcoming program, or a link to get more information, or a link to whoever might be sponsoring me, wherever you might find that. So thanks so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you real soon and to guide you. And remember, I believe in you. Do you believe in yourself? I want so much for you to get the most out of this. You are far more than what you appear to be. In fact, you're better. Remember, do good, make a difference, have fun, and thrive.